if you're new to hyperpop and you want to learn how to make hyperpop, I'm gonna show you the best way to learn hyperpop from scratch. Just want to tell you one thing. Yeah, I'm talking to you, so pay attention, bro. You're failing right now in music, and you know it. You suck at mixing. You've tried to buy presets from people, and they just don't work. They sound all wonky and shit. You get no streams. You followed the videos that tell you the best marketing plan to get 50 million streams, and it just doesn't work for you, right? I was there at one point. I've been on this journey for almost 5 years. And I can tell you one thing, and that's I'm here to guide you to your dreams, bro. I guarantee you, I can get you your dreams. I can get you that fan base that you want. I can get you those monthly streams, and I can get you those DistroKid checks of 10 racks every month. Bro, I guarantee you, I can cut the amount of time that it'll take you by probably 1/3 of the time with the experience that I have of having to learn all the tedious plugins and make it extremely simple for you so that you can actually be good at mixing. And you want to know how I do this, bro? I made a book. I call it Hyperpop Masterclass. Hyperpop Masterclass Revamp 2.0! Quick gander inside of here. You're gonna notice that you get a lot more stuff than the old version. We're gonna get how many presets? 15 presets. You're gonna get 10 beat leases. You're gonna get all of these things, bro. Within 5 months, I guarantee you'll be making some sort of money from music, and it'll probably be enough to pay off this bundle. And you know what, bro? I don't usually do this because I want money, obviously. But if after 6 months you're not making enough money to pay this off, I'll refund you, bro. It's to that point, I guarantee you're going to succeed if you do this. Now, it's one thing that I've noticed is that when you invest money into yourself like this, that's when you actually pay attention because it's more of a commitment. And I do get it is scary to spend your money, especially because a lot of people that are watching this haven't seen my videos before. But if you think about it, bro, nothing else has worked for you. And I have screenshots of people telling me that my stuff is good and that it works for them. When you invest money into yourself, you're going to be more committed and you're going to pay more attention to the stuff that I'm saying in this video. So if you're interested in something like this and you want to save yourself the shortcut and get to your goals, I have a link to my bundle in the description. Thank you for everyone who has bought it so far. I love you all. On to the video now. So just out of curiosity, if you listen to Kurtains, which obviously you probably do if you're watching this, just go ahead and comment your favorite Kurtains song. I'm pretty curious. There's a lot of versatility with Kurtains. He has a lot of different styles. So I'm just wondering, like, what's the best Kurtains song? I'm gonna be honest, bro. One of the most slept on songs from Kurtains is fucking No Kindness or whatever it is. I'll put it on screen. That shit is so fire. But anyway, I'm gonna deconstruct how he does his vocals. The mixing to it is really simple, but the way he layers it is way more, like, unique. And this is what gives you his sound. So all you really want to do for the mixing is you want to have an auto-tune with a pretty tight auto-tune, but make sure it's not too robotic. So I use waves, but you can use Antrez. I would just have it at like a moderate speed and then just a moderate transition, and then make sure you change the key, of course. And what I recommend you do for the hertz is when you run it through an auto key, it's going to tell you the hertz that the A is tuned to, like this. If this is different, make sure you change it in your auto-tune, because if you don't do this, your auto-tune is going to be off by a couple cents, which is really going to throw off the sound. The second effect I have is just an EQ. Now this EQ is pretty tight, so what I would do is loosen it up a little bit by like putting it down here more and like up here more, because Kurtains really barely does anything with his vocals. Like, it's really warm sounding and he doesn't boost his highs too much. So if you're doing an EQ, make sure not to overdo the sounds, because if you're boosting it way up to here, you're not gonna sound like him at all. So make sure you're a little bit more soft with your EQing. I also have a compressor. Now, a quick tip, you can use multiple compressors, and what this will do is it'll just obviously compress a little bit more, but I've noticed it makes my vocals sound a lot more crisp. When I first started vocal mixing, I would think there was like rules to mixing where like, okay, I can only use one compressor, I can only use one of this. There's no real rules to it. You can do whatever you want, and one thing I've noticed is using multiple compressors can really help your sound, so give it a shot. Just don't over compress them, obviously. I also added a de-esser at 5500 frequency, and you just want to mess with the threshold. Obviously you want to use this to warm up your vocals. I don't really necessarily use it for de-essing. I use it mainly for just warming my vocals up. And then a final EQ, it just gets rid of this and then boosts the highs a little tiny bit. Like I said, be careful with this, because if you do boost them too high, it's gonna sound pretty ass. So that's it for the vocal mixing. Now I'm gonna show you how he layers his vocals.
because this is very important. So what you can do, this is a quick tip if you want to figure out your own kind of song or like copy someone else's song. If you throw the song into a mixer and you put a stereo shaper on it, what you can do is mess with these two knobs right here, and it's going to show you everything in the stereo mix. So any type of layers that are panned to the left or right or to the far back or far forward, you're going to be able to hear them way more distinct. So if we listen to the song normal, so you can kind of hear in the back there's some layering, but you can't exactly tell what kind of layering it is. So if we turn these knobs down, we're going to hear it way more distinct now, and we're going to see what the layers sound like. So in order to accomplish this kind of layer, what I would do is I would have my main vocal that sounds like this. Yeah, now they fucking with me. I made a couple little payments, now they fucking with me. One layer for this, and then I would do a layer on the left, hand all the way to the left with this. And then I would also do one for the right. Now, if you listen to some older Kurtains songs, he does do some weird auto-tune effects, which I can cover that in a different video because it is kind of complex. But for that, I would use auto-tune EFX and then figure out whatever preset you want. And then what I also recommend you do is go find a different Kurtains song and then grab the stereo shaper, put it on, because he does have a lot of unique harmonies that he does, and they're a lot different than this song right here. This is his newest song, but for his older songs, especially on his alt SoundCloud, he has a lot of different harmonies that I recommend you try to learn for your own songs because they are very good sounding, and if you want to sound like Kurtains, that is what you have to do.